Okay, just getting situated here. Happy Friday. I'm so excited to be here again. Um, I get so excited about these Friday morning planning sessions, this whole series that I've been doing. This is episode number 12. And what I'm going to be talking about today is thinking big gets big results. When we think small, then what ends up happening? We get small results, right? So before we get started on this, I want to hear from you. What a great week it was. What are one success? Make sure you're writing down your one success you've had, okay, from this past week so you could celebrate it. Give every single day of the week the loving, not just waiting for the weekends. We want a life that we truly love every single day. And that's why this topic is so important in getting that, right? That you love where you are. Love where you are. What's your power word? What was it for this week? Mine was inspire. And it was an inspiring week. I just had an amazing week of growth this week. I was able to reach out to a lot of people and make contact, okay? So again, I am recording this so that my people in my community could get the recording. So if you want the recording of this or you want to be notified first of when my Facebook Lives are and what topic I'm going to be talking about, go out to my website, powerful-purpose.com/Facebook. You register there, you're going to get an email reminding you that I'm coming on and what the topic is going to be for the week. Okay? Would love for you to have that. And then on Sunday, I'm changing up my format a little bit for my nugget of the day. I'm going to be putting them out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on Sunday, it's going to be a news, like a recap for you for the week, a planning for the week. And in that email, what's going to end up being in there is this recording for you. So every single week, you'll get a little jump start for the week ahead. So that's a little bit of housekeeping here that I give while waiting for other people to jump on. But every Friday I come to you, usually around 8 o'clock in the morning, and I have my coffee mug. And this week, you want to see what my coffee mug is this week? It's not a place, but it is a saying, and I absolutely love it. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it became a butterfly. I picked this coffee mug this morning because it is so appropriate for the conversation that we're going to have today, because the butterfly or the caterpillar thought that, oh no, the world's over. This is it, right? Not even understanding what was going to happen. So, and what ended up happening? Big, beautiful plans became this amazing butterfly. And that's what you could do. So many times in life, we're sitting in this cocoon, and we feel safe in the cocoon. Even though it may not be the best place for us, but we have to break through and go through those processes to get to be the butterfly that you're meant to be. So I have a question for you. We're going to talk about today thinking big. And the question that I have for you to start off is, was there ever a time in your life that you went into a situation, right? And you thought, all I have to do is to get it done. If I just get this done, I can move on to something else. Have you ever said that to yourself? Well, I know I have. And what was the results that came out of it? So the results that came out of it for me was just getting it done, to push through it and not engaging in the journey along the way, okay? Small thinking. Or do you wake up in the morning and you say to yourself, oh, it's just another day? Well, all I know, it's Tuesday or whatever. I can't wait to get to Friday afternoon because then the weekend's here. What do we miss when we think like that? What do we miss when we're telling our brain that we're just going to live in mediocrity? It's easier for somebody else to say. We're just going to live small, right? We're just going to go through the motions and just really think about how we're going to show up. We're just going to just get it done. Now, don't get me wrong. I do talk about it's better done than perfect, right? But that's part of the motivation of moving forward, so we don't get stuck in that hesitation mode because it's not exactly as the way we want it. But this is different. This is thinking big. This is telling our brain that we deserve big things, okay? So I want you to think about those two questions. When was the last situation you just went through it? How did you like the results at the end? Was it as big as you thought it could be, or you were just happy to get it over with? Or do you wake up in the morning, and I know some days we do, but for the most part, do you wake up in the morning energized about what the day is going to be ahead and thinking big about what you could do to make your life and others' lives amazing? So that's where I want to go today, right? I want to go to a place to get your thought process moving, to really truly get you thinking that you deserve to think big because you deserve to have those big results. Now, when we think about this, I want you to try this as an exercise. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, I want you to wake up and be in amazing gratitude around that you have another day. And pick a thing, it's part of your planning process, that's going to really move your day to being dynamite. Okay? What is it that's going to be dynamite? Now, your big thinking is, I just want a day to relax, unplug, and maybe sit and read a book. Get your mind thinking that it's okay to slow down. All right? So as I go through these different stages, remember, we need to shift our brain. We need to tell our brain that it's okay. We need to tell our brain that we want more. And not in a greedy sense, but we want more because we deserve to have more, because we were created to be expansive thinkers. And it's not just more material items, just more experiences in our lives. But the thing that I find when I'm working with my clients or even working on my own stuff, when I think really big, a lot of times it paralyzes me. It just slows me down because the big picture seems so unattainable, right? That we can't get there. So think of something that's really, really big. Let's scale that back. Keep the big thought there, but now we're going to do the small steps, because you know what? Small little steps consistently gets us to that big win at the end, okay? So look at the big picture. It should be big, big, big and bold. Big and bold. And then we're going to break them down into those little pieces. As long as we think, how can I put this? As long as you are thinking, why do I need this or want this? Go in that why, okay? The one thing. So today I have notes because there were so many things that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't want to lose track of them. So I apologize if I put my glasses on and off and trying to get through these. Visualize the possibilities when you're thinking big. Go back to those basic techniques that I share with you to brain dump. Write a letter to yourself, thanking yourself for accomplishing such amazing things. Live in gratitude, not attitude. These are places to start to get that big thinking. If you say it's a financial goal and you're an entrepreneur and you want to make 6 figures next year, why not bump it up? Why go to 100,000? Make it 120,000. What is it that you have to do to make that amount of money? Sit down and think about that. How many reaches do you have to make? Or maybe you do a give back, and usually your give back, like my Fill the Purse with Purpose. I give back, and usually I collect anywhere between 100 and 130 purses a year. And this year I want my goal to be 150. What do I have to do to reach that next level? Okay? Think about things like that. In the book, Think and Grow Rich, and if you haven't read that book, I really highly recommend you getting that. It is written that Napoleon Hill writes, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So it really is the fact of training our brain to think big. Training our brain to say, we deserve it. Remember, it has 2 functions. It listens to what we tell it, and then it takes action on it. So if we're telling our brain that we want to reach this amazing goal, then our brain is going to continue to feed that. But the difference is we have to continue to let our brain know that's where we are. Okay? So keep checking in on that. This is a fact, and I found this very interesting when I was putting this together, that in 1919, Walt Disney was fired from the newspaper because he was not creative. He was not creative enough. Okay? He wanted to write comic strips, and they said that he didn't have the ability to do that. He did not allow somebody else to tell him he could not have that big dream. And look what he's accomplished when he was alive over his career. So if you can dream it, you can do it, is what he said. That was his motto. If you can dream it, you could do it. So dream in color, okay? Dream in color and dream big. So when we're going through this, the different steps is the first one is really believing that you could do it. You really have to have the mindset around believing that you could get to that level and you could achieve it. Step number 2 is really expanding your mind. So sometimes when I'm working with people or talking with them and I help them like hone in on their vision and bring clarity to it, and then we set action plans and I hold them accountable to actually reach that goal, sometimes they don't even know where to start. They know they want something different and they want something big, but they don't know where to start. One of the ways to start expanding your brain is reading more, right? You're reading, and because if you stay in the world where you are now and you don't know what that big looks like, the only way you could learn what it looks like is to teach yourself what it looks like. And one of the ways to do that is to read more, expand your brain. I mean, Oprah thought so amazing about reading. She started her own book club, right? So think about that. What are the books that you're going to read? And if you want some really amazing books, let me know. Go ahead and email me or direct message me, and I'll be more than happy to share the books that I've been reading that has helped me expand my brain over the past, several years since I started my business. And then also, I thought this was fascinating that, bloggers these days are making 6 and 7 figures. Why is that? Because people are starving for information. They want information. They want information to help them transform their lives. People are feeling stuck. Are you feeling stuck? This is what helps by blogging and reading, right? It will help you move forward to what is possible in your life. Because if you are living in a world that's always the same and has never changed, and it's it's not going to change unless you step out of that comfort of that world, no matter if it's not feeling happy for you. But if you step out of that comfort of the world and start feeling a little uncomfortable and surrounding yourself with information that expands your brain, you're going to get the bug and you're going to be like, yeah, I want that too. Number 3, another expansion, surround yourself with your dream team. I talk about this often because it's so important to surround yourself with your dream team. Put yourself with people that are going to elevate you, not people that are, it's always, my mom always said, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. It's okay to be the person in the room that is not the smartest, because you're going to learn so much. So expand yourself. So this weekend, actually, I'm expanding myself. I'm jumping out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to an intensive business strategy mastermind this weekend with 14 other entrepreneurs that are at all different levels in their game, from startups to million plus. And I'm expanding my thought process because I want to think bigger for 2020. I want to have a clearer vision of how I could do a better outreach to reach more people, to help them transform their lives, their businesses, and their careers, and giving them tips like this. So what are you doing, and who are you surrounding yourself with? So that's number 3. Number 4 is, if you think of something big, 10x it. Make it even bigger. Stretch yourself out of that comfort zone. So 10x that. So if you think, I'm going to use salary, or revenue in a business, if you want to make 100,000, I know, 10x it to 1 million. I mean, that's crazy. If you want to reach 100 people, 10x that. I mean, just think about that. What is bigger? If you want to, we used to ride tandem bikes, and we used to do weekends. So say we wanted to go out and do 100 miles, a century. That would be crazy to 10x it, but it's possible, okay? And it's possible because I would take the small, consistent steps to get to that win. And I want you to think like that, 10x it. A lot of people sometimes think that they think smaller in that because they're safe there, and they don't want to show up as not being a winner and not being able to achieve some greatness, or they thought really big and they only reached halfway. Well, if they thought in the one dimension, they would have just stayed in that one dimension, or they might have only met halfway. But if they 10x it and they get 5x, how amazing is that? So expanding your mind. Number 5, when we're expanding our mind and we're surrounding ourselves with bigger, our dream team, and we're reading more, our brain will have a tendency to start thinking that you can't do that. There's no way you could do that. Pam, do you, like this weekend, Pam, do you really think you belong sitting at the big girls table or the big boys table with these people this weekend? It's the head trash. We need to kick it to the curb. Get rid of it, okay? Whenever we start being a little bit more than we're used to being, not only does our brain tell us that this isn't right. Wait a minute. Whoa, slow down. What are you thinking, girl? You think you really could do this? It starts questioning yourself. But people around you will start questioning you. That's the reason why it's so important to have the dream team around you that will celebrate and elevate you and support you during the process. This is what my clients get from me. When they start getting that head trash, and even my own self with my coach, when start getting that head trash because it starts getting real that we really, really could do this, all of a sudden, we get, oh my gosh, we get panicked and we're like, no, 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 there's no way I could do this. There's no way. But there is a way. So create that dream team so you could kick the head trash to the curb. And another way to do that, if you don't have the people around you right now, is start journaling how you feel, how spectacular you feel about this idea. So when those circumstances creep in, you could check yourself, okay? But it's really important when you're ready to 10x something to have that dream team. And part of that dream team is to have a coach on that dream team to help you be your cheerleader, okay, to move forward. And the other things that I find is that you just really need to continue to live a world of gratitude. It's so important. And reality is, it all comes down to brain management. I love that. I was listening to this podcast, Brooke Castillo. She's amazing. And she was saying that brain management is so powerful. It's not as much as the knowledge that's power, it's the management of your brain that gives you power. And I just think that is so important. And what you're willing to trust in yourself, that you have the ability to do that. So those are the things that I wanted to come to today with you and talk to you about. And because I would love to hear, because this is actually a perfect time to do this, is really think big. 2020 is the year of clarity. I mean, just think about it. It's 2020 vision, clarity. Pick that power word of what is going to be your foundation of 2020, and create that roadmap to sanity around that. So go out to my website and you could get the roadmap to sanity. It's so fantastic. I actually drew one. But if you have your own roadmap to sanity, you could start mapping this out. And here is my written roadmap to sanity. And in the middle is my power word that will really anchor the foundation for 2020. And it goes through the different areas where you could think really, really big for next year. Use that tool to start your brain dumping. And you can find that out under powerful-purpose.com under the resources tab. There's a whole bunch of different resources, but download your roadmap to sanity. That's going to help you think really big, okay? And everything that I go over on a weekly basis during these planning sessions or series is stuff that might take back my life system. If you love the information that you're receiving here, I suggest you go out and take a look at it. Join me on the inside where we really dive in deeper on these and help you move forward towards your really, really big dream. So I just honor the fact that you came here, that you watched, you listened, and I look forward to having conversations with anybody that wants to move on to the next level in their lives and embracing the greatness that you have that's inside of you. Until next time, I wish you a dynamite weekend, a dynamite week. Pick your power word, celebrate your successes. Take care, and God bless.